but at the moment with us we have our old friend Mr. B.N. Kumar. B.N. Kumar साहब नमस्कार.
नमस्कार.
How are you?
All well, sir.
नमस्कार सर, नमस्कार. जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र, जय भवानी, जय शिवाजी. तो सर अब आप तो सिडको के पीछे पड़ गए. मतलब सिडको is now violating all CRZ1 and CRZ2 norms, and this
Yes,
time they are making colonies or they are making luxury apartments for judges and bureaucrats. What is going on here? B.N. कुमार साहब, ये क्या है? क्या हो रहा है?
ऐसा लगता है कि सिडको को, सिडको अधिकारी को ऐसा लगा होगा कि एमपीस, एमएलएस, एमएलसीज आपके जजेस को वहां पर बिठा देंगे तो कोई पूछने वाला नहीं रहेगा, और ऑल ऑन द माइटी को वहां पर रख के यू थ्रो योर वेट अराउंड. जस्ट मैं जो कर रहा हूँ देखो कौन क्या कर सकता है.
करेक्ट.
और इसके आपके एक आध प्रेसिडेंट्स भी है. देयर हैव बीन प्लॉट्स अलॉटेड टू जजेस in CRZ, in mangroves area, in Warsaw, in the backwaters of Bandra, in behind Kalanagar. There have been instances. So जब judges को वहाँ पर allotment किया जाता है, जो न्याय देने वाले वहाँ पर बैठते हैं, तो हम न्याय के लिए कहाँ पर जाए, किसे गुहार लगाए. ये एक विषम परिस्थिति है. लेकिन there is a hope, there is a ray of hope in the sense that we have, the High Court appointed Mangrove Committee, Mangrove Protection Conservation Committee, Protection and Conservation Committee. उनको हमने लिखी थी आज, और वहाँ पर luckily we have people like Stalin and Devi Goenka. ये वाला plot है, यहाँ पर you can see this pink line, which is the CRZ2 line.
Yes.
और CRZ2 जो है, it cannot be touched and developed because it is basically, the definition very clearly says it is meant for the fishermen, the local communities which have settled there before 1991. अगर 1991 के बाद में कोई भी वहाँ पर आया होगा, जैसे कि माहिम वगैरह में आप लोगों ने देखा होगा, कोई दरगाह बना रहा था, कुछ कर रहा था, वहाँ पर जाके अधिकारियों ने तोड़ दिया. 1991 के बाद में अगर कोई वहाँ पर सेटलमेंट होती है, उसको तोड़नी चाहिए. 1991 से पहले जो भी वहाँ पर सेटलमेंट है, उनको वहाँ पर आप पुनर्स्थापित कर सकते हैं, वहाँ पर डेवलपमेंट हो सकती है. लेकिन सबसे बड़े मुद्दा ये है कि और when people go to authorities like MCZMA, वो कहता है कि यहाँ पर लैंडवर्ड एरिया में आप लोग डेवलप करो. अब ये लैंडवर्ड एरिया क्या होता है, हाइटेल वार्ड, सी वार्ड एरिया क्या होता है, ये डिफिनेशन तो हाईली सब्जेक्टिव. मैं बिल्डिंग खड़ा कर दूंगा, मैं बोलूंगा मैंने लैंड की तरफ ही किया क्योंकि आई बिल्ड द बिल्डिंग ऑन द लैंड विदाउट एनी रिक्लेमेशन. आई एम नॉट टुवर्ड्स द लैंडवर्ड. एंड वी हैव सीन द Aksa beach violation. So the authority said landward. We have constructed the massive wall in the sea. So, according to me and according to all my colleagues, friends, and like Nandakumar Pawar, Stalin, all of us very strongly feel that these CRZ1, CRZ2 areas should be left untouched. वहाँ पर जाओ मत, अब कुछ भी कंस्ट्रक्शन मत करो. ये 500 मीटर आगे चले जाओ, पीछे चले जाओ तो क्या हो जाएगा तुम्हारा, उतना ये कम होएगा, पीछे तुम रिकवर करो ना. और इसमें और एक बड़ी मुद्दा क्या है, आरकेबी एंड प्रदीप जी, ये सिडको हैज मेड इट ए हैबिट एज वी डिस्कस लास्ट टाइम. घनसोली में जहाँ पर बैठ के मैं लास्ट टाइम बैठ दे रहा था, वहां पर भी उन लोगों ने CRZ2, CRZ1, CRZ2 एरिया में प्लॉट्स दे दी, और बिल्डर को बोलता है तुम जाके MCZ में से लड़ो, अपना परमिशन ले लो, और पूरा एरिया मार्क करते हैं, उनके पैसे लेते हैं बिल्डर से. यू हैव नो बिजनेस टू कलेक्ट मनी ऑन अ प्रॉपर्टी दैट यू डोंट नोन. यू विल एक्चुअली ग्रैब द प्रॉपर्टी एंड उसको आप दादागिरी कर रहे हो. दिस इज एब्सोल्युटली नॉनसेंसिकल. तो इसी को लेकर हम लोगों ने मैंग्रोव कमेटी को बोला था. लकीली the chairman of the both mangrove committee and the wetland committee is same, the Konkan Divisional Commissioner. They are High Court mandated, so they can actually take a serious action on this. I mean, intervention, call for all the documents that Cidco has been floating, or we will supply to them, and let's have them examined by an expert committee or within the committee itself.
But why would Cidco do this? Don't they have enough legal advisors?
I think it's
is allegedly a respectable organization. Why are they behaving like as if they are owned by Dawood Ibrahim?
I think the culture flows from the top. If you see from Delhi, you have been discussing the politics earlier. There is no opposition to Mr. Modi today. कोई आवाज करेगा तो उसको either चुप करा जाता है, उसके बाद तो they have been thrown out. Or this culture is unfortunately flows from the top to the state government, to this organizations like Cidco. अपने इसमें भी देखा होगा मैरिटाइम बोर्ड, महाराष्ट्र मैरिटाइम बोर्ड. आई थिंक दिस इज अ केस ऑफ शेयर एरोगेंस एंड ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस कि क्या होगा देखा जाएगा टाइप्स. That
Now
is very, very
this land
unfortunate.
belongs to Cidco, or like the earlier case where you talk about the Balaji temple, it belonged to the forest area and Cidco had given it to MMRDA on lease for a few years, and ultimately instead of returning the land, they plan to give it to Balaji temple and various other private institutions. तो ये
No,
land
no.
exactly Cidco का है या forest या किसी और का है?
No, no, in this case, Cidco itself has reclaimed. If you see the Navi Mumbai Municipal Corporation headquarters on the one side and the NRI colony and the DPS Lake on the other side of the Palm Beach Road, the DPS Lake के आसपास में पूरा Cidco ने reclaim किया हुआ है पर NRI 3 प्रोजेक्ट के लिए NRI 1, NRI 2 वहाँ पर फेज 1, फेज 2 NRI सीवुड्स का आ चुका है और ये 3 के लिए उन्होंने एक्वायर किया, मतलब रिक्लेम किया हुआ है. उसके बाजू में थोड़ा और लैंड उन्होंने एक्वायर किया. Cidco actually what they have done that when they planned this Navi Mumbai development, they built a bund across surrounding the Navi Mumbai area to basically to stop water from entering the city areas. I mean the areas where they wanted to develop. That is a part of their development plan, which means they actually physically and literally pushed the high tide line back into the sea. वो एक जबरदस्ती किया है. And a similar thing has happened in Uran, which is when you frequently keep seeing floods even in during a holy festival. You have floods in low-lying areas of Vision because of Uran, because you have pushed back the high tide line. तो आप पानी को कितना पुश करोगे? पानी will strike back आज नहीं तो कल. Now water is striking back. So my question, our question is, at a time when the globally, we also mentioned it last time, globally people are worried about rising sea levels. हम यहाँ पर और समुद्र के अंदर जा रहे हैं, whether it is a dilution of CRZ norms or constructing in CRZ 2 areas or allowing development within the 50 meters from the high tide line. I mean these are all foolish things to do because 2050 is not very far away. 224
लेकिन बीएन कुमार साहब ये बताएं, इसके पहले क्या होता था? हर प्रोजेक्ट के पहले एक एनवायरनमेंट क्लियरेंस की जरूरत होती थी जब भी आप कोस्ट के आसपास कोई भी चीज बनाएं. Whatever you make, irrespective of whatever, even a fire brigade shed, that also required environmental clearance.
Yes.
So does that rule not apply to Cidco?
That rule definitely applies. What Cidco does is they draw these plots. They don't take permissions before drawing these plots. Post facto, they draw the plot, allot it to builder. Builder को बोलता है तुम ये करो. In this case, it is MLA, MPs and MLAs, MLCs and judges वाला, IAS officers also in this involved.
So and
ये सारे के सारे वहाँ पर बैठे हैं. And these are the same people, same authority, the authorities, the environmental clearance authority जो भी हैं, they are also IAS officers. वो वहाँ पर बैठे हैं. तो अभी न्याय कहाँ से मिलेगा? There is no way for any transparency here, ना?
So in effect, environmental certification or permission is taken after the project has already commenced.
In the sense, land has been allotted, not project commenced. To construct, they go to the MSCZMA for permission, but not for reclamation. Not for reclamation, drawing these kind of maps. But these maps have been drawn by the CZMP, which is the Coastal Zone Management Plan.
But hang on a minute, just a minute.
Coming.
Isn't it true that very strict rules were framed by the government of Maharashtra and by the Union Ministry of Environment with regard to reclamation of land from the sea? I think this was about 7 or 8 years ago. Was it 10 years ago? That no further reclamation could take place unless absolutely necessary, and a set of permissions was required for it. B.N. Kumar sir?
Correct.
So what happened?
Correct.
That does not
What
apply to
happens-
Cidco.
Cidco is not applicable to Cidco. नहीं, yeah, in fact it is not, because Cidco says it is superpower beyond anybody. तो रिक्लेमेशन आप नहीं कर सकते हो, परमिशन लेनी चाहिए, ये सब जरूरी है. और रिक्लेमेशन करने के बाद भी टेम्पररी लैंडफिल को भी आप, अच्छा, और एक इंसिडेंट, इंटरेस्टिंग डेवलपमेंट आज हमने चीफ मिनिस्टर को फिर से लिखी. अपार्ट फ्रॉम द बालाजी टेम्पल इश्यू, द MTHL नाउ इज गेटिंग completed. आज नहीं तो कल उसका उद्घाटन हो जाएगा. Even in Shividi side, they have reclaimed some 20 hectares of land for the
20
casting yard.
hectares of land from the sea. Right.
Yeah, from the mud flats.
Okay.
They built into the mud flats. They built some temporary, very clearly they say temporary structures. I mean, there is no dispute about that. MTHL बनना जरूरी है, temporary structure बना के आप करो, बाद में ऐसी एरिया को वैकेट कर दो. 20 hectares शिवडी की साइड, 20 हेक्टेयर नवी मुंबई एंड ऑफ द MTHL। तो वहां पर 40 हेक्टेयर लोगों ने एक्वायर किया था तो फॉर द कास्टिंग यार्ड। हमने अभी सीएम साहब से कहा कि भाई साहब अभी MTHL का काम खत्म हो चुका है, आज नहीं तो कल आप उसको उत्खनन कर दोगे, तो प्लीज हैव दिस कास्टिंग यार्ड एरियाज फॉर बोथ द साइड्स वेकेटेड एंड रिस्टोर the eco sensitivity biodiversity areas, ecologically sensitive areas, let biodiversity flourish there। वहां पर कुछ भी आउट डेवलपमेंट मत करो, आज हमने लिखा है। एंड एट द सेम टाइम we also wrote to the high court appointed committee, the wetland committee and the mangrove committee, please look into this because this is going to be a dangerous precedent if this 40 hectares of land is allowed to be permanently used as a reclamation and you construct real estate there or any kind of development. That's going to be disaster.
So the mangrove dominated areas, the mangroves, the fishing zone, the wetlands, none of them in the earlier project where you talk about the Balaji temple, which you call the hazardous zone,
Right,
right?
yeah.
So nothing of this is moving. I mean, आपने जो objections उठाए, restore it back to the mangrove fishing zone wetlands, वो भी apart from चलो कुछ आपने out of 19 hectares 10 acres जो बालाजी land को दिया है, बालाजी को दिया है, but the other
acres,
what happened to the other? Are they restoring the other this cast yard? Casting yard?
No, they are not doing it. On the contrary, they have allotted another plot to a school little ahead of the Balaji temple. Abhi now we are fighting it out. Our hearing will be at NGT in February. Before that, we have taken it up with the mangrove committee, also mangrove committee and the wetland committee. So let's see how these committees, progress. Also, in between, there was a visit ordered by the. This is one good development. I must confess and admire the mangrove committee for this. They have asked the Raigad collector to go and do the site inspection report. So they have asked the Raigad collector's team, which is the Panmil Tahsildar and the Cidco team. They came, they inspected the place, and I asked for the report. They said no, it is very longish report. We are answerable to the mangrove committee. We have submitted to them. So hopefully in the next meeting, this report will be taken up, and we have people like friends like Stalin and they be going. I'm sure they will discuss it threadbare and tear them apart.
You know, have the where judges are concerned, where the allotment of land to the judges are concerned, have the work started on that, because it will be the same problem. Building aa gaya aur fir aap ladte raho. What happens? Now the casting yard has not come out. Half of 10 yards, 10 acres have been given to Balaji temple, rest to schools and other institutions, you say. So the casting yard has been transformed into a development zone. I mean, you have got all kind of concrete development going out there. The same thing probably could happen where the judges' allotment of land is concerned, construction of flats for them. If they start the work, your fight is all over.
Yeah, very interesting question, Pradeep, and in fact, very provoking at the same time, because Cidco has just announced they are going to build. They announced that they will be building 875 flats of 2 BHK and 3 BHK and 4 BHK configuration. 3 BHK would cost 2.4 crores. 4 BHK, some 3.2 odd crores. It is cheaper than the market rate. Very recently, one 2 BHK flat in NRA area was sold for 6 crores. 6 crores. That is something like 60,000 rupees per square foot. इस तरह का मार्केट वहां पर चल रहा है। सिडको अपने पैर पे कुल्हाड़ी मार रही है, कम रेट में बेच के, और बिल्डर्स की कंस्ट्रक्शन इंडस्ट्री जो है ना, बिल्डिंग इंडस्ट्री, उसके आप यू आर डिस्करेजिंग देम। इनफैक्ट द एसोसिएशन लाइक क्रेडाई, they are also upset. They said we'll be taking it up. I don't know what they have done.
So what is the situation, BNK Saab? Has the construction started?
Situation is very interesting. Out of the 875 flats that Cidco has announced, they have said we have received an overwhelming response. Mind these words, overwhelming response. More than 400 applications have been received from the categories mentioned. MLAs, MPs, MLAs, IAS officers, judges, they have all applied.
For a building complex which is actually illegal.
Yeah, it is in CRZ.
Yes.
Without any clearances. I mean, it's mind-boggling. How, and what is more, Cidco has extended the deadline for this now. Overwhelming response. हम और deadline और बढ़ा रहे हैं.
So what can you see from there? You can see the water bodies, you can see the creek. What is the immediate sight from there when the construction comes out.
Flamingos, आपका right side में ये Flamingo zone है, DPS Lake है, and it is a prime property touching the Palm Beach Road. It's a absolutely prime property. Cidco has no business to be giving out, shelling out property for this like this for the high and the mighty. On the contrary, I mean, if I were an MLA or an MLC or if I were a High Court judge, I would have asked what kind of nonsense is going on here. If
No, but you have pointed out certain instances in Mumbai, but there I think some judges have themselves, I don't have the facts right now, opted out of the question, why are we being giving this kind of controversial area to stay, and why should we have a flat there? It was, self-reasoning on their part, and they reasoned it out themselves that we shouldn't be a part of this illegal activity.
Some have opted out, but I think some are there, and there is also a lock-in period up to 5 years. You can't sell it. So tomorrow, if I get the flat here, if you buy it for 2 crore, a flat which is costing me 6 months, up to almost 1/3 of the price, 6 crores in the market, even if it's a 3.5 crore, more than 60%, 70% cheaper में मुझे मिल रहा है आज के तारीख में. 5 साल के बाद मैं बेचूंगा. I don't have to play कौन बोल रहा है करोड़पति. I'll be करोड़पति, multi करोड़पति by that time.
No, मैं क्या बोलता हूँ ये जैसे मुंबई में you're dumping all the waste into the sea, the sewage and everything goes to the sea. What's the position where Navi Mumbai is concerned? Because here in the morning again all the dirt and filth comes back to the beaches, and then you have another process on the BMC taking it again, putting it back into the sea. So how does it happen? Because if you're staying close to some kind of sea, creek or water bodies, all the waste that goes out probably comes and stores itself just outside your door. How is things there in Navi Mumbai?
There are quite a few instances where it is not only the untreated water getting into the sea. We fought this case in Ghansoli. Now it has been restored. At least now the STP is functioning. But on both sides of the creek, I mean the Mumbai side as well as the Navi Mumbai side, lot of this drainage, untreated water straight goes into the creek, which is very dangerous. In fact, these mangrove soldiers like volunteers. There are 12 volunteers, NGO organizations whom Mangrove Foundation, Mangrove Cell has commissioned to clean up the seashore, the mangroves, the seashore, etc. So every week, every Sunday, these people go there and clean up. And the kind of material that you find, Pradeep, it will be mind-boggling. They find mattresses, they find medical waste, they find हवाई चप्पल्स. क्या-क्या वहाँ पर मिल जाता है आपके mangroves के अंदर. So this kind of
so
reckless.
Don't you think, B.N. Kumar Sahab, what Pradeep ji just mentioned, taking cue from that, perhaps you should approach some of the sitting High Court judges and ask them, sir, don't you think you should not be part of something which is so patently illegal?
That would be the easiest route actually, the easiest route.
No, but it has come in the newspapers. It has come in the newspapers. Judges do read newspapers, and they comment. There have been cases where the judges have taken newspaper reports.
So what prevents you from writing directly to all the High Court judges? There aren't too many of them anyway. To say that, hey, this is what is being planned. This is completely illegal. Perhaps your lordships should take a look and suo moto seize yourself of the matter and maybe order that such illegal activities should not be allowed. And your name, that is, the reputation of judges is being used as a shield by Cidco to indulge in something so illegal and so dangerous. It is dangerous. Don't you think we should do that?
We should do that. In fact, we can also do an open letter to all the judges, MPs and MLAs also. You are the elected representatives, you have the responsibility on your head. If you are the lawmakers, I mean, this is the most important point, RKB. They are the lawmakers. They themselves start breaking the law. So where is the law and order?
No, sometimes it could be that they are not aware of what's happening, and then you need to highlight them. It's not necessary as on today that everybody reads the newspaper. You have to, as Bhagat Sahab said, you need to approach them directly.
At least make them aware. And even after you have sent this letter, and even then no action is taken, that's good enough reason to perhaps go to the Supreme Court and say, hey, our High Court judges are not even taking cognizance of this matter.
Correct.
Now, just a suggestion. I am reasonably certain their lordships, if they see something like this, I'm sure that there would be quite a few of them who would burst a blood vessel. They would be very, very angry. You may not have to do very much after that.
Yeah.
One never knows.
Maybe a direct letter to these judges. Take the names from the High Court website and just post them. And
any lawyer would have them. All High Court lawyers would have them.
Yeah. And a letter to the Chief Justice of India.
That's
also.
right. And end of story. That's it. And Cidco would be really in the dock, and they would have to explain all the illegal activities that they have indulged in up till now. Maybe that's the best way out.
And Cidco, as you say, has been giving all these plots which are there.
Which they don't belong to them.
Yes, doesn't belong to them, and which they have reclaimed. And you got a place where you all have been highlighting Hanuman Koliwada. Hanuman Koliwada, JNPT displaced from 1984. They have not been still rehabilitated and nothing been done where poor is concerned. Where poor is concerned, I don't think the same Cidco is at all bothered about the plight of these people who have been displaced from JNPT.
Yes.
Anything latest on that?
Who gave up their land
Hanuman
for JNPT?
Koliwada. Yes. Hanuman Koliwada. Any latest news on that? Are the people still, after boycotting the panchayat elections, they boycotted the panchayat elections?
No, nothing happened there. They are still fighting. The very interesting development there, I think this has gone unnoticed, though we have been telling the media about it. The Hanuman Koliwada families, they have been allotted a plot in the CRZ area, and after they have not been given the what you call possession. They have been told, this is your area. Like you can see this map, this plot, this is your plot. And later on, the fishing community found out that they have mangroves have grown up there. They themselves voluntarily said they backed out. They went and told JNPT and the government, there are mangroves here. We don't want to be seen as destroying mangroves and settle, building colonies there. Give us an alternative place. A poor fisherman has the presence of mind to tell the government, to slap JNPT on the face and tell them, there are mangroves here, I don't want to disturb them, give me another area.
You know why? Because they are going to be again, there's already suffered one displacement. Now they build up to another place and again they will be displaced to another place. I mean, they have already suffered once and you're going to suffer them second and third time.
Correct.
Right?
True.
BNK Kumar साहब, thank you very much for joining us. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका. मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि आप असल में जितने भी जजेस हैं उनको लिखेंगे और स्पेशली वो जजेस जिनके बारे में आपको मालूम है कि उन्होंने सिडको का ऑफर एक्सेप्ट कर लिया है कि भाई ये तो सर गैर कानूनी है, आपका नाम जान करके इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं लोग ताकि इनके खिलाफ कुछ ना हो सके और आपको एक गैर कानूनी जाल में फंसा रहे हैं लोग.
जी. एक उसमें अभी मुझे एक आइडिया है, लाइक एज वी आर डिस्कसिंग, एक आरटीए फाइल कर देता हूं तुरंत आज के तारीख में. गिव मी द लिस्ट ऑफ एप्लीकेंट्स.
दैट्स राइट.
एक महीने के अंदर लिस्ट आ जाएगी, फिर दूध का दूध पानी का पानी हो जाएगा.
In case they actually decide to give you the list, they might say the matter of national security is involved. One never knows. Right? BN Kumar Saab, thank you very much. Great pleasure as always talking to you. I hope you win. We are all with you on this. But this is really and truly, this is very serious. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you. Namaskar and stay safe.
Namaskar. So judges and bureaucrats' names being used as a shield to cover up for all illegal activities.